I'll share with you. I've just done a bounce session with Miss Bounce, my first ever outside on a trampoline. It was great fun, but it was all about moving, getting your heart rate up, and there wasn't much lengthening in there. There was a fair bit of upper body strength as well, usually using hand weights. So after that, as it was just a short trial today, I felt like I need a few moves and a few stretches. And I thought I'll share that with you. Unfortunately for you, there was cool workout in it too. So I would love to stretch a little bit with you. And if you feel to do the same, maybe you've just been for a walk or done anything else. Just like myself, place your feet out nice and wide, stand comfortably and strong. And begin to engage. Begin to engage into the legs as you're lifting through the arches of your feet. Beginning to engage into Mula Bandha as you draw the skin under the navel, through the body towards the tailbone. From this place, take a deep breath in, reach your arms up high and tall, maybe even lifting your gaze. And as you're breathing out, bring the arms out wide again. Inhale here. And while you're breathing out, and you might choose, if your lower back is sore, to bend the knees just slightly. Start to lean forward, halfway down. Lower your gaze towards the mat, find length in the back of the neck. And while breathing out, then lower all the way. Keeping your hands underneath your shoulders, and you might feel, just like myself, that the stance could be that little bit wider. Please mind that you're keeping the arches of the feet engaged and lifted as you're breathing. Lengthen onto your fingertips, lengthen the spine, lift your gaze slightly, and when breathing out, then folding all the way. Placing or facing with the top of the head, if available, towards the mat. Keep your hands underneath the shoulders. You might have seen that I've walked my hands back. Now let's lift the shoulders lightly. Keep the weight forward within the feet. Lower. Deep breath out, using long, slow yogi ujjayi breath if you can. Staying here, 3 more breaths. After your 3rd breath, inhale again, lengthen the spine from here. You might choose to keep your hands on the ground. Let's take the right hand, reach towards your left ankle joint. If this is too far, you can place the hand somewhere against your leg. Lifting on your next in-breath, the left arm. You can stay here or gently wrap that arm behind your back. Again, breathe in this position, and on the next exhalation, nose towards the knee. Last breath on this side. Before you let your hands slide into the center, lift up onto the fingertips, reach the left arm forward, then lower the hand down onto the mat. Let's reach over to the other side, left hand towards your right ankle. Again, if you need to grab a bit higher on the outside of the leg, that's fine. Next inhalation, lift your right arm. If you like, the hand can wrap behind the back. And then maybe on your next out breath, nose towards the knee. Stay here, breathe. As you release, placing your left hand back down, come to the fingertips, inhale, reach the right arm forward, placing your hands down onto the mat. Do that with both of them. Heel and toe your feet to come a little bit closer. Place your knees down onto the mat and come down to sit. As you're seated, let's extend the right leg out long. Placing the sole of the left foot against the inner thigh. Take a breath in, lengthen to the spine, and pull the femur bone back into the hip socket. And then as you're exhaling, walking your hands down either side of the leg, lowering your nose towards the knee. And there's absolutely no need to catch the foot. You can rest your arms anywhere where it's comfortable. Please make sure that if you want to reach the foot, that the shoulder stays in the shoulder socket rather than reaching too far forward, putting strain into the upper back. As you lower your nose towards the knee or head to the knee, Jana Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Stay here, 5 breaths. At the end of your 5th breath, lower the right arm to the inside of the leg and inhale to bring the left arm over the head. Keep a little bit of pressure there, arm and leg against each other, and reach across to lengthen into your left hand side. Lower your shoulder, your arm in. Swirl your fingertips around. Place your hands, fingertips lightly behind the back. As you come to sit on both sit bones, lift your right arm, breathing in. And on the exhalation, place the back of the hand against the knee and twist. Again, please relax the shoulders. Keep the leg, the right one, extended, active flexion of the right ankle joint. To release from the twist, place your left hand down firmly into the mat, point the right toes, take a breath in, push your hips up into the air, reach your right arm over the head, big stretch. As you sit to lower, we will change sides, extending your left leg out long, sole of the right foot against the inner thigh. Pull the leg in a little bit so you're sitting balanced and actually able to face the extended leg. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. And as you're breathing out, walk the hands forward. Move forward. The gaze might still be lifted. Take your hands to where you can reach rather than aiming for the foot. You might choose to lower the gaze. And again, if you can reach for the foot, making sure that the arms aren't stretching too far forward. Keep them fairly relaxed in their sockets. Lower your head towards the knee as the pose suggests and breathe. Full yogi or ujjayi breath throughout the whole practice if possible. Last breath in this pose. Before you place your left arm to the inside of the left leg, taking a breath in to reach your right arm overhead. Keep it extended and keep some pressure between your arm and your leg as you're reaching your arm across, now aiming for some length in the right side of the body. Keep breathing. Try not to let your head fall down. Keep the neck muscles engaged. If your neck is challenged, rather look down. If you prefer to look up, there's a light chin tuck here as an option. Slowly rolling arm and shoulder in. Let your hand come loosely behind. As you come to sit back onto your sit bones, breathe in to lift your left arm, bringing your spine back long, and place the back of the left hand against the outside of your right knee, turning for your twist as you're breathing out. Again, let your shoulders be relaxed. Stay within the twist. You can close your eyes or steady your gaze. And same on this side. To release the pose, place your hand down firmly, point through the left foot. Take a breath in, reach the right arm overhead while you're lifting the hips, playing along with the strength to support the pose, the length from the toes to the feet. And then releasing back down to sit. Bring your legs into a cross-legged position. Let your hands rest upon your knees and close the eyes for a moment. Taking a few deep, full yogic breaths as you breathe into your belly, lower ribs, up to your collarbones, and out from your belly to the ribs, to the collarbones. Have at least 5 more of these breaths. When you completed those breaths, make your way down onto your back. If you do have a block at home or something that can replace the block, place that by the side of your mat in reach. You might choose to lie down with a little bit of core strength, lengthening the legs out, reaching the arms forward, and using an out-breath Mula Bandha on as you slowly lower down onto the mat. Take your time, there's pleasure spots like this one, like take it a little bit slower as you lower down onto the floor. Stepping your feet up close towards your buttocks, keeping them hip distance apart. Keep your arms down by your side. Breathe in, tilt your pelvis. Squeeze the buttocks and start to push your hips up into the air. Hold here. Keep squeezing, keep reaching. And you might then choose to take your block. You can choose underneath the sacrum or even just the buttocks so that the whole spine is hanging free. And then slowly, if your lower back allows you to, extending your legs out long and allowing yourself a few breaths just to rest like this. And if you like an extra extension, you could rest your arms over the head loosely or fully extended, or holding onto the elbows if you prefer. Although this might feel good, recommended time in this position is to be stepped up slowly, starting with 1 minute. And as you repeat these poses, maybe even daily, you can increase the time you're staying in. So to come out, set your feet onto the ground, lift your hips very lightly, place the block out from underneath, and carefully and slowly release your back down onto the mat. You will notice what you need now. My body's telling me to open the arms and let the knees rock a little bit from side to side, gently, before hugging the knees into the chest. That tiny bit of release sometimes makes a huge difference. You can keep your knees here closed, nice and snug into the chest, or a little bit wider, so the shoulders soft. Now, hopefully, your body's feeling a little bit better of whatever you started your day with today. And if you like and got the time to, highly recommend to let your legs slide out long and rest in Savasana for a few minutes. Please do set your alarm unless you've got the whole day for yourself, no obligations. In that case, you can stay there for an unlimited time. I wish you a more released day and hope to see you in one of my live sessions.